Oh my god, I'm on fire.
Sonic is dead again, and it's up to Tails to save the day.
Sky Patrol, suck my tail, Sky Patrol.
If you haven't heard of this game, it's probably because it was released only in Japan, and it stayed that way for about 10 years. And if I've learned anything from video games for children, you're gonna need all the help you can get. Now, if you're anything like me, you hate auto-scrollers. Sure, they're okay the first few times, but if you keep dying to a tricky part at the end of the level, you're basically just playing a loading screen, because now that you know the level's cheap tricks, you're just hugging the right wall waiting for the stage to be over with so you can move on with the game. Tails Sky Patrol fixes this with one simple trick: variable scroll speed. This means the better you are, the faster you can go. But no matter how slowly you move, you can't stop the screen from scrolling. So yeah, technically Tails Sky Patrol is still an auto-scroller, but it fixes the biggest problem with auto-scrollers, because now you can just go, instead of in other games where even the fastest speedrunners in the world are held back by an invisible wall.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Pressing up goes up, and pressing down goes down. Going slower or going faster is controlled by pressing left or right. But if you're not playing on Game Gear, the additional analog sticks give you access to new movement options. What would normally require super precise diagonals, you can now just use your D-pad and analog stick at the same time. If you hold right on the D-pad, you will always be accelerating, which means you can just adjust your height without slowing down. If you hold left on the D-pad, you can still speed up by pressing right on the control stick, but when you let go, you'll slow right back down. This is useful for taking sharp turns. Obviously, most people aren't going to play this game at this level, but with Sonic Origins button remap support, this advanced tech will be way more accessible. Going faster is always better because your meter will decrease at a fixed rate regardless of how fast or how slow you're moving. You can fill it up by feeding Tails mint candy. Candies come in stacks of 1, 2, or 3. Grabbing them will fill your meter by 25%, 50%, or 100%. But sometimes candies are few and far between, and when you're constantly taking damage and losing stamina, it's better to just move faster so you can cover more distance, hopefully finding some more candy along the way. In most other games, you touch an item, you grab it. If Tails tries to touch something, he's gonna pass right through it. This is because the ring is how you interact with objects, grab items, and attack. Watch your ring to determine what you're about to grab onto, and watch Tails to avoid taking damage. Not everything is a good idea to grab because a lot of objects are actually traps and slowdowns. Holding the action button will spin the ring around you, deactivating it. Now you can skip poles, boosters, and minecarts, but it also prevents you from grabbing items, and the spinning ring also won't protect you from enemies. Releasing the button throws your ring in the direction you're pressing. If you're holding onto something when you throw your ring, you'll let go of it. When you release your ring, pay attention to where it is, because that's where it's going to launch from. If the ring is touching the floor or ceiling, it's going to immediately bounce back to you. Changing your ring's launch position is why some people think spinning the ring will increase your throw distance. A charged ring will deal more damage, but every enemy in the game only has one hit point anyway, except bosses. If you're really good at mashing, you don't need to worry about charging every shot, even if they'd hit harder. But bosses have an even better mechanic. All you need to do is hit them with your ring to stun them, fly ahead of them, and use your ring to grab them, just like any other item in the game. Then you can throw them at walls, onto the floor, into the ceiling, or even just drop them onto the ground. With enough practice, you'll be unstoppable. But there's one more trick up Tails' sleeve that Sega will never tell you, and it's been staring us in the face since the very beginning. We've seen him fall off cliffs, killed by badniks, impaled. He always comes back, no matter what. Sky Patrol not only gives us unlimited continues, but every time you take damage, your iframes allow you to pass through enemies, walls, and other obstacles as well. Some people call this a glitch, but that couldn't be further from the truth because not only did this remain unpatched in every port of this game since release, it's also an intended mechanic of the game. Every time you'd want to no-clip through a wall, the developers placed an enemy in just the right spot to do it. With a little creativity, there are so many incredible shortcuts and skips. There's no way all these enemies were placed here by accident. To most people, Tails Sky Patrol will always be just a small and simple auto-scroller for little kids. But in typical Sonic fashion, if you give it a chance, you might find there's a lot more than meets the eye. Obviously, this is not your typical Sonic game. So if you're not ready to go from a high-speed platformer to something entirely different yet, Origins Plus has a number of other Sonic games available, including an even harder game that most people still don't know how to play. This video right here will get you started.